Yo, 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 man. Hey, this is a on the fly burgers and blitzes. We were supposed to do it Wednesday. I had a basketball game. I had to call. My dog Mike White was like, "I got you. I'm off Friday. I got some stuff going on, but let's knock it in and out." That's my dog, and we're doing it right now. Burgers and blitzes. This is the
Because we're
short.
here. We're for the people. We're for the
We're here for
people.
the people. This is the short rendition of burgers and blitzes, but we're gonna fire it off. Look at our hats. We didn't do this. We didn't talk to each other. We didn't talk to each other today at all. You see my hat? You see his hat?
Thugging.
I feel like right now we're doing Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder, black and white.
Ebony,
And I
ivory.
agree. You did it first, man. Harmony, side by
Ooh-wee.
ebony, ivory. See, my dog even knew the song. He knew it, so that's what's up. What's up, everybody in the building? Sims, the Ninja, CC, but Mike brings them. Look at all these people in here. Mike brings them. Let's go. Let's talk about it, Mike. All right, we ain't got a lot of time. I know you're
No.
on a short schedule, so let's talk about it right now. Let's talk about the Ring of Honor because that's huge. Because we
Yes,
waited
sir.
for we waited for 1,000 years for that to happen. Give your thoughts on the Ring of Honor right quick, and then let's jump into the Lions.
Man, I'm in a building for that one. I'm
Yeah.
in the building for that one. By the way, anybody wants to come through, holler. We're gonna be probably getting there about 2 or 3 o'clock. Be at Texas Live. Uh, Tailgating back and forth. Texas Live tailgate back and forth. We'll be around. So uh, holler at me. But yeah, it's been a long time coming. They're both like it's always everybody's like, oh Jerry this, Jerry that. No, they're equally to blame for that whole fiasco. It's 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 been a long time coming. If those two old crud city bastards can bury the hatchet and let bygones be bygones, maybe there's hope for all of us somewhere. I'm too petty for that. Maybe there's hope for somebody in the chat or something. I'm too petty.
Hey, yeah, you too
I,
petty. See, that's
I'm
me. I'm Jerry. I'm Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones. I can take the high road. I can forgive if bygones be gone. But you a hater, Mike. You don't let
yeah.
it go. You a
No,
hater.
I don't. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Well, at least
see.
you can admit it though. At least you can admit it though.
Yeah, that's one
Most
thing
people
about
don't
me.
admit
I'm
it.
not a fraud.
Most
I'm
people
not
don't
Aaron
admit it.
Rodgers.
Right.
I'm
Most
not
people don't
Aaron
admit it.
Rodgers.
Most
Yeah,
people don't admit it.
no, I am not a fraud. I once upon a time didn't want to live till 30. Now all I want to do is outlive all my haters. Y'all can throw me on top of that motherfucker when he dies, but once he dead, I'm good.
Right.
I'm gonna outlive all them. So
Right.
I'm good with that.
For sure. So let's jump right into it. Let's get it in and out. So I got King Kazan AMVs, if that's correct. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. Love hearing White. Hey, you bring them. Love hearing Mike. I'm gonna say Mike White on this topic. What y'all think about the Evans situation? I'm gonna give it to you because I've already made my statement on
I mean, what do you expect them to? You can't.
it. Now you know
No,
damn no no no. Now you know damn well, Mike. The only reason why that happened was because he came in as a free agent. He wasn't with the team. He wasn't a guy with the team forever, and that's why they did it. They wanted to make themselves look good. Because if you was a top draft pick, you're not getting cut, and that's a fact.
that's literally where I was going with that. And I
Right.
was going to say, first of all, it's people talk about Texas draconian laws, which they are. It is what it is. But when you're in a situation that you're in and you're in that environment, you can't just break the shit and act like, oh, they wrong. They're wrong. You No two crimes at the same time. He didn't get pulled over just because he had weed. That's not what happened. He was speeding and had out of state tax. You're doing three crimes at the same time, homie. Or sorry, out of date tax, not out of state. Three crimes at the same time. You can't do that. If you're riding dirty, tags is up to date, you ain't speeding. And by the way, in most quote unquote legal states, he still had enough to get arrested. So you can't be bad and do that. If it was Micah Parsons, it makes the news, but they ain't cut. You ain't cut. Same thing with
Right.
Jimmy. Jimmy wouldn't put up with that shit.
Jimmy
Jimmy
did it with his top players. He put up with the shit with his top players. But if you was a
Michael
scrub,
Irvin.
you was gone.
I
That's
love
what he
Nate
said.
Newton.
He said
Nate
that.
Newton. Nate
He
Newton
said that.
got caught with like 400 pounds of drugs and 2 different busts. He was still waiting trial for the first bust. Got caught with for the a second time.
But he was Nate Newton. And he was a beast, and he ain't getting cut.
No, you're not. You're not cutting Nate Newton.
We're not
You'd be
cutting
a
it.
fucking you'd be an
We'll talk
idiot.
to you. We'll sit down and we'll talk to you and say, don't do that no more. We're gonna sit there and talk to you. Don't do that no more. But if you're a top guy, you ain't getting cut. That's the way it is.
No, it
Rashawn
ain't
Evans
no
was not a
different than
top
any
guy.
other job. Oh,
He
they
wasn't
fired
a,
me because
right,
I was late one time.
right,
No, no, they fired you because you've been taking long lunch breaks. You've been showing up late 7 or 8 times. You ain't really pulling your workload. They caught you smoke. They caught you smoking squares in the bathroom. You got that last one was the final straw.
right,
You didn't get cut because you was late one time.
right. Yeah, all those three compounded. I get it. I see why. I see it. I feel you. But I see why it happened, and I know why it happened, and that's just the way it is. So he ain't with the team, so move on. So I ain't gonna keep talking
Yeah.
about no Rashawn Evans because he ain't here no more. He wasn't a guy that
Well,
was drafted with the team.
of
Although
course
I would love,
Dallas cut him, so all of a sudden he's the second coming of fucking Ray Lewis, and
right,
it's Jesus. What are we doing
right.
here?
So let me give you your thoughts. So I got a lot of questions. Carlos, my dog Los says thoughts on Deuce playing tomorrow. I'm gonna ask you first. Thoughts on Deuce playing tomorrow?
Um, I'm not going to say it was a long time coming, but I'm also going to say that it maybe wouldn't have happened without the Dowdle situation.
Right.
It's
It
just
wouldn't.
the way
It
the
wouldn't have
numbers.
at all.
What I do want to touch on is I know my guy Hunter goofed last week. I know he did, but why did
We
it take him?
all in on Hunter. We all in on Hunter
Why
a
did it take him
year.
16 weeks? Why did it take him 16 weeks to get
Right. You
out
should
of
have
that
been
school?
giving them. You should have been giving them the 1 yard touches early in the year. So when he came down to the Miami game, he wouldn't be
With the
shell
game on the
shocked.
line? The
He
game on the
wouldn't have
line?
been. He wouldn't have been shell shocked. Y'all should have been gave him them carries early in the year because y'all
You know
don't
what that
want
is?
him. He's been inside
That
the
was,
five. How many times, Mike?
they Tony Romo'd his ass. Remember
Yeah,
Tony Romo got shoved out there with that brand new ball? They Tony
yeah,
Romo'd his ass. That's
yeah.
like, you can't do that. You can't do that now. You can't. And I understand. I don't, and we'll never know the real answer to that.
Right.
I'm still not entirely sure that he thought he was getting the ball. I don't know if he missed a check. I don't know if Dak fumbled the hand. That's one of those things you'll never get the answer
Yeah,
for
and
because
nobody ever gonna tell it. Nobody's ever gonna tell it. So we're
mm-mm.
just always gonna be wondering what really happened there.
It's like what you can get them off the record. Matter of fact, I have asked somebody off the record who I know is very close to that situation. He goes, "Man, that's just football. Sometimes you don't execute."
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, that's just what happens. But
Which
at the
is
end of the day,
true.
like I told people, excuse me, like I told people, Mike, when he got that first down in that first drive, and then he caught the pass, I bet all y'all were screaming at the TV, Hunter, Luepke. I bet you all the Cowboys fans were screaming at the TV. That's what I'm talking about, Hunter. That's what I'm talking about,
Yep.
Luepke. And then everybody want to kill him. I didn't kill him. Now, you're a professional. You got to make that play. Now, here's the
Yes.
thing, Mike. If he didn't know if he was getting it, I understand it. But if you knew you were getting it, you're a professional. You got to make that play. But I'm not going to hold that to you, Hunter, because you're a damn good player. We need you. We need Hunter
I
Luepke.
mean,
I love Hunter Luepke.
you got
We need
wide
him.
receiver ones, you got running
Yeah,
back ones, you got QB
we
ones
need
out there
Hunter. It's okay.
fumbling
It's
every
okay.
weekend, dropping passes, throwing interceptions, fumbling the ball, whatever the case
Well,
may
okay.
be.
You got offensive linemen that aren't blocking Bradley Chubb 2 or 3
How in
times.
the
Why are we
hell,
why are we firing
bro,
him? When if we killing Hunter Luepke, well,
he comes out
why
of
are
his
we
pass
firing?
set.
Yeah, right,
I'm passing. Hey, who am I?
right,
I'm a Udoga trying to set the edge.
right,
What are you doing, dude?
right,
What are you doing?
right,
Yo,
right,
like there's a difference in being bad and no effort. That wasn't a no effort play. That was a bad play.
right.
There was a miscommunication. So we'll be okay. It just sucks
But let me
that
ask you this, Mo. Let me ask you this though, Mike. We seen Tyler Smith at left tackle, right?
yes.
Would you kick Tyler Smith at left tackle and move Emo inside
I've been on the
the
record
guard?
for this for a long, 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 long,
Tell
long,
me.
long, long time since day 2 of that draft that I thought Tyler Smith should be the left tackle of this team.
There
I
it is.
understand. I
There it is.
understand that people want him to be good at guard. They want this. The problem is,
We
you
need a
flat out,
win.
you need to win, and they keep. I love dude. I love Tyron. I love Tyron, but son of a bitch, man, you can't keep putting all your eggs in this basket of a player who misses 3 to 6 games every single freaking year for the last
Every year he's
over
gonna
half.
miss 4, possibly 5.
It
It's exhausting.
it's
I'm over
exhausting, and
him. I'm over
I want
him. I'm over him.
I want the dude. If it was me, we know where I would have went.
Right.
We know where I would have went. Avia would be your left guard right now, and Tyler Smith would be your left tackle.
Right. Right.
That's right. That was I'm on record for that. And then they didn't get Avia. It's like, all right, cool. Go get Torrance. Go get Torrance. We'll kick him inside. We'll kick Tyler outside. No big deal. They didn't either of those. And today, with the lack, and I talked about this time and time, and people in the chat know this, the caveman draft strategy. If you're a wide receiver and an offensive lineman in the first 2 days, every single year, chances are you're going to have a high hit rate. You're really good. Well, where's he going to play? Okay, so we're talking about health in September or October or November or December.
Right.
In March.
Y'all activated Matt Waletzko, damn it. Stop it.
That's where I'm at with that. And meanwhile, we go up there and play Buffalo, and Osiris Torrance is kicking our motherfucking dick in.
Driving people in the ground,
Yeah.
put them in the game, put them out the game having headaches. And
Yes.
we could have had him. And we could have had
That's
him. This is the year, though, Mike. This is the year. To your point, Mike, you're 100% right. To your point. This is the freaking year. You have a lot of offensive tackles that are good in this draft again.
Yep.
Stop the madness. Stop it. Draft you an offensive tackle in the first round and say bye to Tyron Smith. In my opinion, I'm over it.
Well, here's another issue you got now is you still got that Zach Martin thing. And I know they figured out the contract. Shit, but
TJ Bass, you like him?
I'm just saying. Saying there's 2 elder statesmen, and I am.
Zach Martin's about his run is about over too, Big Mike, and you know that.
And I'm tired of this. I'm tired. Y'all want to talk about, and I know I give McCarthy a hard time on the road and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what's the most important, outside of your quarterback, the most important part of your offense on the road?
Talk to me.
Your center.
Biadasz is weak.
How many of these, they just didn't, somebody didn't get the right read in, somebody didn't pick up the check, somebody didn't pick up the block, the call didn't get it, this, that, and the other on the road. On the road with that guy.
And he be slipping on the road, don't
he? And he tips his pitches. He tips his pitches. He's got a real bad thing. You can't see it on the 22. I know this from talking with Duke and them, that he tips his pitches. When you are firing off the ball on a run play, this is football 101. I'm explaining the the basics of football. When you're white knuckling, you can't see. They tape all the knuckles and shit, right? So you can't see the hand. You see that forearm line come up. You see that ball tightening. You know they're coming. He squeezes entirely too early. I've had defensive linemen who actually practiced against him tell me this. He tips his pitches. And then you get on the road, and now he's trying to worry about tipping his pitches, getting the mic check right, and keeping everybody good. The center is arguably the most important asset on the offense. It really is. I mean, the quarterback is obviously the quarterback, but the center is just so integral to the entire function of how your offense flows, and he is a problem. He is.
We need to move. We need to move on from Biadasz.
There's a reason. I remember if we talked
Do you
about
agree? Do you agree,
when
Mike?
they
Do
yes,
we need to
dude,
move
I've
on?
been saying this. When people were talking about, well, why's Dak doing all this at the line now? Why is he doing all these fake
We need
checks?
to
I
move
talked
on.
about this at the first of the season. Some of those here we goes are fake, and some of this because he was tired of Baez not being able to pick up the checks he's calling. So now I got to do all this hand wringing and shit. I got to flick him on the inside of his thigh when the mic's on the lined up on the right on the B gap. There's all kinds of shit Dak's having to do because Baez isn't doing his job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's that's
And
that and that is
and what's
that
so
is a
crazy is
problem.
we could have moved Connor Williams to center, and he's doing all pro-ish shit right
No.
now.
Don't forget they let Connor Williams try to snap for like a half a quarter
Two
one day,
times.
and
Yeah,
then,
right,
then,
right.
then
Hey, you keep going, Mike, because I got to use the restroom right quick. You keep going.
no,
I'm
you're
gonna
good. Yeah, they tried to move Connor
go.
Williams to center, pretended that he couldn't snap the ball because they let him snap it. I literally think he snapped it like 6 times, and they were. I understand sacks aren't not an issue. Sacks are a quarterback stat. Baez is not doing his job correctly, and it's causing gap control issues, and that's why your run game isn't functioning properly. So Williams, yeah, he did, but and so did Cowboy. Every Cowboys offensive lineman has offense. It's just what we do here. Apparently, that we're the only offensive line in the NFL that consistently has top 3 penalties every single year. Nobody else does. And by the way, when you play Dallas, your offensive line becomes the cleanest offensive line in the NFL, which is hilarious in itself. Yeah, we're fourth overall
You hear me,
in
Mike?
offensive. Yeah, you're good. Fourth overall
Okay.
in offensive holds called against us. We are fourth less overall, if you will, on offensive holds that we've benefited from. So we're on two opposite ends of the spectrum in the bottom 5 and top 5, if you will, of offensive line holds once again.
Yeah,
Because
we've been in the top 5 for the last 4 years in offensive holding. And JV B boy, you said Connor Williams loved holding. I hear what you're saying, but since he's left Dallas, he's been a top center in the league the last 2 years. Now, we did a video on the late night hype in 2020, and we asked Brian Broaddus, should we move Connor Williams to center because he did play it? We asked him, and he said, yeah, you probably would want to move Connor Williams at center. Remember, they did it 2 times. They practiced it and then they moved him. And then in the preseason, people were hating. He did a couple times, had a couple bad snaps, Brian, Mike, and then they
yeah, it never even got to a real game, did it?
it never even got to a real game. He had like 2 bad snaps. He hadn't played it for how long? And you give him 2 bad snaps and you take him out. But meanwhile, he goes to Miami, doesn't even play guard, converts to center, and is one of the top centers in the league since he's been
Did he
playing.
go?
I'm just saying.
I think he went AP2, unless I'm mistaken. I think he went AP2.
I'm
I
just
know he
saying.
didn't get AP1 because Creed Humphrey got it, but I think he won AP2.
He was right there. Like he's been a top center in the league the last 2 years since he's left Dallas. Facts.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, but
So
no,
how it's
we're not
crazy
gonna.
how the Miami Dolphins can get him and they convert him right to center and he's a beast, but Dallas keeps him at guard where he's been struggling and you couldn't move him to center when we had a center problem. You couldn't move him there, and just because he has a couple bad snaps, you go right back to Biotish, who we seen is been average.
He's a replacement level player. He's a replacement. People said when he was gone, they were talking about, well, he hasn't given up any sacks. Okay, well, you're playing next to Zach Martin. Sacks ain't the center's job. Sacks are the
Right.
quarterback's job. What
And
what
he's
what
been
he's
getting
given up
overpowered plenty times this year, Mike.
what he's been giving up is run gaps and pass pro fits and blowing control and not getting his checks right. Yeah,
Is
there's
it that
also
Mike?
that.
Is it that Mike too? Is it that
Yeah,
Mike? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't look into that situation during the bye week. Personally, I don't.
That's crazy. Did
I
you like Mark Colombo, Mike?
Yeah, I
Did you
did.
like him?
I would
Did
take
you
him back, and I would take
you
him
take
back.
him back in a heartbeat, right? Because
Yeah,
he gave an offensive line attitude.
it,
Did he
it
not?
wasn't. It wasn't that. He's not.
The issue is he's not going to be your run game wizard. He is not
Okay.
like a lot of coaches, teams, if you will, want their offensive line
Coach to be also the run game coordinator.
Right.
That's not what you want. Mark Colombo teaches you how
Strictly
to beat
offensive
the
line.
man right in front of you. He's
Okay.
not teaching you how to snatch and pull, or hey, we're gonna run a wide motion right on this. Not that
we do that here.
Right.
So why not?
Right.
Um, that is what they need,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because they're not getting taught. And it happened with Ketchup Bottle Guy when he was here.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden we had these all pro, literally Frederick, Martin, Smith were in the prime of their careers, and all of a sudden they can't block anymore
Right. Because he was
because
being on the soft weird stuff,
because,
weirdo stuff.
because for lack, I mean, the way it is,
people get mad. Well, why doesn't Dak just call out of that play?
you know this. Anybody who's been around football knows this. Football guys are they listen to their coach. They're marching order guys for lack of a that's just what they do. If my coach tells me to do this, this is what I do. So we're teaching this different technique, and I'm going to do that even though that I just went all pro for the last 3 years straight and I'm
Mm-hmm.
on my way to the Hall of Fame. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
listen to this idiot because he's my coach. Cuz even if I think he's an idiot, he's still my coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are players right now playing for coaches who would tell you that dude's a fucking idiot, but I will listen to everything he says because that's my coach. That unfortunately how things go.
Yeah. I agree with you. Let's talk about these lines right quick.
All right.
How do you feel about it? Because right now we talk about the Lions. They're the number 2, I think, number 3 rushing team in the league. They're averaging like 147 yards a game. Jameer
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs, he's got like 897. The other running backs got 911. He's got 11 touchdowns. Gibbs has 8. They are a combo.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the Cowboys, and what do we need to do to stop this? Should we sell out on the run and make Jared Goff beat us? Because I ain't scared of Goff. I'm going to keep it real. I ain't scared of him, and I know if you pressure him, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to throw interceptions. Should we sell out on the run and make Goff beat us? What's your thought pattern right here?
I feel like I understand Dan Campbell on a sub uh, Paleozoic caveman bloodline DNA type of wavelength. I feel like I understand that man's brain. Everybody is expecting Detroit to come in here and run the ball. Everybody is. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody. They still got Jared Goff, who is,
Regardless what people think about it, the dude's been playing good football since
He has been playing good football.
he's been playing good football. They have the Sun God.
we have a weak secondary. We have a pass rush that is debatable at best. We have no linebackers. I feel like now, I feel like that they're going to put this into a track meet. I feel like we could win that
Track meet. But I don't think this smash mouth football game that people are expecting.
is going to be the game plan from Detroit on Saturday. I really don't.
Do you think they're going to go the total opposite?
Yes.
And why
Yes,
is that?
I do.
Just to kind of throw us out, throw us
Yeah,
off.
because Dan Quinn takes an entire half to adjust,
Mm,
and maybe it can be out of hand by then. Dan
mm,
Quinn is gearing up. This team is gearing up. Everybody's gearing up to stop this physical running offense that they have. While everybody's negating the fact the reason they can run the ball like they can is because they
mm-hmm,
can throw the ball whenever they want. And they've been
mm-hmm,
able to throw the ball whenever they want.
mm-hmm.
And if you dedicate too much of this shit up and you play single high, Jared Goff's going to cook you for about 350 and 4 touchdowns. And which is fine because we can score 40.
Right.
But
That's the game I'm expecting.
I'm
It's
not
going to be a high
expecting
scoring game.
I am not expecting Detroit to come out there and run the ball on the opening 6 possessions. like
They're
people are
gonna
talking
attack
about
us.
they're going to do.
Yeah,
I,
they're gonna say F you. We don't give a hell if it's Jimmy Johnson. None of that. We're gonna attack you, and we're trying to come
yeah,
in there and whoop your ass.
yeah, and embarrass y'all. Dan Campbell. Once again, I understand the man. He's a petty beast.
He's
That
petty.
Dan
He
Campbell.
played with them
That,
Cowboys.
hey,
He petty.
hey, remember when they knocked they went out there and put it all on the table and knocked Green Bay out of the playoffs, and he said,
Yeah,
"Fuck them. If they ain't going, we ain't going."
yeah, yeah.
Now, granted, they did just win the North, so that
Mhm.
also ties into this.
So they may not
That
go as hard because they won the North.
now maybe they don't want to grind the running backs into dust. Everybody
Right,
was giving. I talked about this earlier in the year. Everybody's, oh, why don't they use Gibbs? Why don't they use Gibbs? Why don't they use
right,
Gibbs? Well,
right.
maybe he doesn't want his running back to be burned up by week 12.
Yeah, yeah. And he wants to save them for them playoffs. Want them fresh.
Now, now they got everything locked up.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what leads me even more to believe that they're going to lean. They can lean on that passing game because they know they got it. And all the talk is Dan Quinn can't stop the run.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn stunts and twists. Dan
And
Quinn
then
can't play gap
they go the
defense.
total opposite. That it
It
makes
just
sense, Mike. It does. I can't even lie. It makes sense that everybody's been because you're right. We all been talking about they're the top rushing team in the league. Dan Quinn can't stop the run, and it makes sense because if I was a
That's
coach,
what I would do.
if I
It's
was a
what I would
coach,
do.
yeah, if I was
Yeah,
a coach and all y'all were talking about we're gonna run, we're gonna do the total opposite of what you think we're gonna do. I totally
coming over
get
the
it
top,
because
dude.
I would do the same damn thing. I've done it in games when I've coached where they thought we were gonna attack one way, and I said, "Oh, they think we're gonna attack this way. We're gonna practice everything against that.
yep.
We're gonna practice everything against that. We're gonna as soon as we come in, we're throwing on first, second, third down. We're attacking in the air. I totally get you, and I totally admit, and we're gonna see because I can
You'll
see
know in
that
the
happening.
first you'll know in the first two
No, yeah,
series what they're.
you'll know in the first two series. Yeah, you will. You will. You will. So before we get ready to get off of here, how do you feel about this game as a whole? How do you feel about this game?
I think the Cowboys win by 10.
Do you think we have an explosion? Because I said we need to have a 45-24 game.
There's
What do you
it
feel?
kind of feels like we're due for one, and this is still at the end of the day, this is still a good offense.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of feels like, and we're at home now. Granted, Cowboys love fucking up law of averages. We're
I know,
undefeated at
right?
home, this, that, and the other. So all the,
hey,
All that
hey,
all
hey,
that
hey, before you finish that, Mike, listen to me. Do you agree with me before you finish that? Do you agree with me? Brandon Aubrey needs to miss a field goal before the playoffs.
yes, but not this week.
And the
Next
only
week.
reason why I say that, Mike, only reason why I say that because I don't want Aubrey going into the playoffs not missing not one field goal
No,
all year,
we're
and
playing.
then
We're
when
playing.
we need it the
We
most, he misses, bro. I don't need that, Mike. Come on, talk to me. Tell me I'm not right on that. Tell me I'm not
It's
right on
Brad, dude.
that,
I'm
Mike.
listening. I can already hear it. I can already hear it. It's Brad Sham. He's on my radio and he's going Tampa
He
Bay.
missed it. He missed it, bro. Bro, he needs to miss a
Dallas,
field goal now.
Dallas is on Tampa Bay's 13. No timeouts left. 3 seconds to win the game. Brandon Aubrey, perfect for the year. Perfect for the year. It's a little windy today. He's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, oh, oh no! He missed it.
I
He
told
missed it.
Mike,
Oh no! The
Mike,
Cowboys don't win the wild card game.
Mike, he needs to miss, Mike. He needs to miss a field goal before the playoffs, big dog. I'm telling you, I need him to miss a chip shot, something. I need him to miss it, and it's not. I'm not hating on
Hey,
you,
how about
Brandon.
this? How about we settle? How about we kick a field? How about I'll meet you in the middle? We kick a because he's been perfect on kickoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
Kick, kick one out of bounds. Just kick one out of
No,
bounds.
I need him.
Don't miss a field goal. Don't
No,
miss a field goal. Kick one out of bounds.
I need no. I need you to miss a field goal. You know why? Because that pressure. Because if you miss the field goal now you know what it's like to miss a field goal, so you can get your mind right. If you ain't
Next
missed a field
next
goal
week.
all year, dog,
Next
that's
week.
added pressure. That's
Next
fine.
week.
That's fine.
Next week.
That's
Not this
fine.
week. Because
That's
you
fine.
might
I just
need that one
I
to win
need
the
him to
game.
miss a field goal before the regular season is over.
Okay, next week.
Okay, that's
Next
fine.
week.
I'll take that.
I need this team for me to feel better about this team. I need this team to go out there and play 4 quarters.
Okay, I feel you. Next week,
Win,
though,
lose,
Mike.
or draw.
Next week, though, Mike,
Win,
we
lose.
need him to miss one.
Yes,
So he
he
get
can
it out
miss.
the way.
He can
miss 2 or 3.
6 next week. I don't give a shit.
That's fine. I need him to miss it because I don't need that pressure on him in these playoffs. Never
You know what's
missing a
funny?
field goal. I don't need that on the rookie, Mike.
You know what's funny? You say this, but you're also that guy that ain't scared of San Francisco in the playoffs.
I ain't scared of him.
You see,
I want them. I want them Niners, especially after Debo Samuels was talking that shit. I really want them now.
man. Hey, you know what? It's not that because they're not. I've said it all year. They're not the same team they were. They're not as good as they were last year. They're not. They're just not. But I don't want to lose to those sons of bitches again, man. I don't want to
No,
hear
I
about it.
do not. We cannot lose to them again this year. Fuck.
I
Excuse my
can't.
language. F that. F that. I'm tired of them.
God.
I'm tired of them fools. No, we need to beat them this year. I'm tired of because they got a
How about we just don't?
listen,
How
Mike.
about
They got a stroke of arrogance about them that's pissing me off.
we just don't play them?
No. I know. I'm not gonna be mad if we don't, but I want.
So you're scared. You're scared of Aubrey going to the playoffs,
I
not
ain't
missing
scared
a
of
kick.
Aubrey. I just want him to
But you
miss
want to
it. No,
line
I'm
you.
not scared of Aubrey miss. I just want him to miss it now because I feel like that's too much pressure, Mike, and you damn know it. If he done made 35 field goals in a row, and now you get in the playoffs and you got to make a 52-yarder to win the damn game, I'm sorry, I don't like that.
Well, he lost to San Francisco 3 times in a row in the playoffs.
See, Craven knows. Yeah, see, Craven knows. Craven, let me put that up.
I told man,
Craven knows I hate Washington.
y'all ain't gonna talk.
I hate them so.
Y'all ain't gonna talk to me about Purdy. I've been trying to tell you about that fucking.
Yeah, we ain't got to talk about Purdy. We already know about Purdy. Ain't nobody scared of no damn Purdy. Nobody's been scared of him. Okay? Dallas got to go in there aggressive and not play soft. If we go in there aggressive, play aggressive type football, we'll win. But if we go in there with soft cakes, we're gonna get our ass kicked again.
I do have an issue with that. How come it's an issue when Dallas has a high paced,
Maybe not as physical team that's actually really good? It's a problem. But the Colts did it. The Rams did it. The Tampa Bay did it with Brady, not the old school Tampa Bay. Mm, Chiefs do it, still do it. But when we do it, if you get up on Dallas, if you punch them in the mouth, they're a bunch of p words, they're a bunch of cowards, they're front runners, they ain't this, they ain't that. You can't be built for every play style. Get up 10 on San Francisco and look what happens to them. Get up 10 on Baltimore, look what happens to them. Get up 10 on these so-called physical teams. Get up on them and see what they do. Then when they can't play their downhill, bleed the clock out run style. So that part kind of chaps me. Yeah, we are a little bit of a finesse team, but the fact of the matter
not a little bit. We are.
The fact of the matter is, there's a difference here this year.
I can't get mad at you what you're saying.
Look at teams after they play Dallas. Look at their injury report. We've been hitting some bitches this year. We've been hurting. We've been hitting. We've been putting it on you. And we ain't just getting walked over. Look at the injury reports and how they do after they play Dallas.
I'm not saying we're ever going to have that Ravens or Niners intensity, but they don't have a gas pedal like we got either. And you know what I'd rather have?
I wrote the ability to hang 40. If we come out and you play to our strengths, like, you're a counterpuncher. You know what? I want to come out and hit you with that haymakers.
Let you counterpunch this.
The only pushback I'm gonna give with you with that, Mike. I don't disagree with that notion, but I don't like the fact that when we do, teams decide to say do get physical with us, we tend to just cower out. Let's keep it real, Mike. When teams decide to run on our defense or really get physical with us, it seems like they just keep going and going and going, and we can't stop the bleeding. That's my frustrating part with it. I'm not mad at what you're saying about being more of the race car type defense. I'm not mad at that. But it's like when teams say, we're going to put this on you and there ain't nothing you're going to do about it. I don't see the Dallas Cowboys really responding. And I think that's my issue. When teams say,
It's
we don't
not.
give a hell,
It's
we're going to
not.
kick your ass.
It's not just Dallas. I mean, that's what they do to every team they play. It gets
Magnified when it's
All right.
versus. Oh, Dallas is a
Okay.
bunch. I do get you. Like we
No,
don't
I
we
can
don't like
agree with you. I can agree
we
with
don't
you.
like the
I agree.
cold.
I
We,
agree.
we don't like the cold. We don't like the wet.
Right.
We're kind of fancy boys down here. We get it. We play in a dome, and it never really gets too hot, never really gets too cold. If it's windy, we go inside. All that stuff. But man, with them Baltimore teams, I mean, look what San Francisco thought they was physical. Thought they was physical. Look what happened when they turned the ball over 5, 6 times.
But I will say to this point that even when they asked their linebackers, when they interviewed Patrick Queen, he did say that even though we kicked their ass, that was the most physical team we played against. So even in their loss,
He
San
also
Francisco was still a physical ass team.
what he say before that? He said they play basketball on turf, which is absolute bullshit. That's one of the hardest teams in the league. It's
Right.
fun to say.
It's fun to say that when you got the victory of the
Yeah.
that
But
you
he
got that
did
Nick
come back and say
Sirianni
that
wind
it
in
was
your
just
sails.
hella physical. San Francisco's not a soft team. Let's keep it
No,
real.
they're not. They're
They're not.
absolutely not. That's what I thought was funny that they. And
Yeah.
I don't think
Don't say they're soft.
Dallas. I don't think Dallas is a soft team
I don't think
this year.
we're just finesse. We're
Just
just finesse.
built
We're just built
different.
different. We're built different.
You don't take a 2-wheel drive race car and go take a mud bug, and that's not what we do. We're built to hang 40.
Right.
And as soon as they realized that, after the bye week, we started hanging 40. We started winning football games.
Right. Right. And I agree. We're more of a finesse type team, but we're a type of team that if we get up on you early, it's going to be a problem for your team. If we get up on you early, it's going to be bad business for y'all because then we can really showcase our defense and really attack. That's why I want to jump on these Lions early, get that
Jump on them
first
quick.
drive, score a
Take the
touchdown,
ball.
and
Take the
then
ball.
really let off on Jared Goff because our defense is
Because
better when we can score first and be aggressive, right?
Jared Goff is still the same Jared Goff that he's always been under
Always
pressure.
been right.
He's
Right.
playing good football, but you pressure that dude, he'll
And
throw
he
you
will
3 or
give
4
it
in a
up. He'll
heartbeat.
throw pick sixes. He'll throw 4 interceptions in the game, 5 interceptions. Jared Goff will do that.
Yes, we're a small team because we're built for a passing league.
Right.
And when they get exposed, maybe we can talk
about the defense again if we want. They get exposed because Dan Quinn is incapable of playing just straight up sound gap control defense. They live off of stunts and twists. So when you have a bigger offensive line like they ran up against Buffalo, who has 30 to 40 pounds on every single one of your guys, and you're running these stunts and twists, and all they got to do is this, and you're getting free shots on the linebacker. That's the problem with Dan Quinn's defense. When it works, it looks phenomenal. He's the best. He's going to be the next head coach. He's going to be this. He's going to be that. Oh, Micah Parsons go to Hall of Fame. It's this, that, and the other. When it doesn't work, Micah's got to move to linebacker. We got to cut this safety. DeMarcus Lawrence is trash. This, that, and the other. You can't have it both ways, guys. You got to realize that this defense and that defensive coordinator is built a certain way. The same thing with the offense, and that's the same way with every team across the league. San Francisco can't hang 50 on you. They can't unless you give them the ball. Miami can't stop you from hanging 50 unless you give them the ball. Dallas can't stop you from hanging 50 unless you give them the ball. The teams are built different. You can't have it all. And the NFL's wet dream is literally this year, where there's 15 teams that are either right at 500, one game right at or right below 500. In a parity league, that is the NFL's wet dream right now with this year. There's still 10 teams in the playoff hunt with 2 weeks left.
Yeah, they
So
like that because that's more views for them.
that's you just flat out can't have it all. And the thing that sucks is we let a couple games get away that we could have controlled. You could have controlled the first Philly loss. You stepped on your own dick in the red zone. That's your fault. You could have controlled the Buffalo loss. You could have. No, not really. You
No,
could have,
Buffalo
but
kicked our ass. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
the
that.
last
I'm
game,
sorry.
Miami
I
and
meant
Philly.
my.
Miami
I
and
meant
Philly.
Miami. Dak gave you that. That's what's crazy about the MVP. We talk about Dak was it like first or second MVP odds for that game. They lose that game, and now he's like fifth or sixth when he literally gave you the lead, and they marched down the field in like 11
Oh, that.
seconds.
But you know what? Did you not feel it? Keep it real, Mike. You knew when we scored that touchdown. Did you not feel they were gonna come back and score and beat us?
I mean,
Did
they
you
should have
feel that?
scored more. They should have scored more than that. But Tua sucks. That first pass of the game was a 95-yard touchdown, but Tua threw it too far outside and made him track the ball wrong, where
Yeah,
you had to
because
switch
if he
scores.
threw it inside, Gilly was done.
He was done. He was cooked, dude.
Done.
That was a 95-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because as soon as I seen that single coverage, I knew he was going to.
I said it on Twitter. I
As soon
said
as I
Tua is
seen
our
him on
champ.
the outside with Gilly 1-on-1, I said, "Oh my God, they're going to him."
Tua is. I said on Twitter and like literally right at kickoff, I said Tua is our chance of winning this game
Yeah.
because he was, and he won the game for you, but he also won the game for them.
Yeah.
So because you couldn't get a freaking stop, dude.
Yeah.
And once again, score 40. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to beat us? Score
We got
40.
to outscore. We got to outscore opponents. Let's keep it real.
I'm
We got.
fine. I'm fine with that. I'm
I'm
fine with
fine with
that,
that
dude.
too.
Hey,
But you know what?
I,
Sometimes that
I, I,
offense ain't going to show up. We need them defensive stops.
I get that. I get that, but I want the mindset to be that. Hey, if we go out there and we play, I got CeeDee Lamb, I got Jake Ferguson, and I got Dak Prescott. I understand the line is what it is. We go out there, we lean into our strengths. We can hang 30 on these boys on accident. You go out there with that mindset. It ain't this run game. It ain't 3 points. It ain't lean on the fucking defense. Go out there with your all pros and do what they do.
And you have a chance any week.
Mm-hmm.
When you go on the road and you turtle up and you say, "Oh, well, we're gonna give it to Tony Pollard. We're not gonna target CeeDee Lamb for 2 quarters." No, dude. No,
Play your game. Play your game. Stop letting people dictate what you do.
I feel you. Shout out to Adrian Lizzie for the $5 holler. Says Walmart can pay Wilson a similar bitch but can't hire a cashier. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Appreciate your $5.
hey, there was a
A
little
little
bit
bit of irony in there. I think it was like the first catch he had in 6 weeks was against us. That's logic over there, just trolling us, man. Just trolling us. Like, oh, hey, we got your guy. We're giving him $13 million a year, and the only catch he's gonna have is against y'all.
For real. Well, we're gonna end
anyway.
this out because
Yeah,
I run out daylight, Bubba.
yeah, we're gonna end this out. My dog Mike White's got to go do his thing. I got to do my thing. But we did an emergency show. I hope y'all really appreciated us doing the emergency show. Usually we do it every Wednesday, but we wanted to get one in before the great game tomorrow in the Ring of Honor with Jimmy Johnson. We wanted to get one in, so I appreciate Mike for doing this for me. I sped home to come in here to do this. So shout outs to both of us for making this happen for you guys, because that's how much we care about y'all. We were talking back and forth the last 2 days so we can get a show off for y'all. So we want to show y'all how much we care about the viewers and how much we care about this show. So
And every time we do it live. It ain't we straight to wax.
yeah,
It's
we
straight to wax every
never
time.
talk about what we're gonna do. We don't never do a pre-show, pre-game, nothing. We are always off the top of the dome when we do this. It's never rehearsed, nothing. We always go
One
straight
take,
off the top of
Jay-Z.
the dome. Yeah. We Jay-Z on here. We don't write down our lyrics at all.
One
We
take.
just do this freestyle. Every single show we've done in 3 freaking years or 4 years, it's been freestyle. Facts.
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 Maybe a little DM about, hey, you want to talk about a certain
Maybe.
situation that
It's only
everybody's
been a
tired of
couple
talking
times.
about.
It's only been a couple
Like,
times.
hey,
It's usually, hey, I don't want to talk about this, dude. Everybody's already beat it to the fucking ground. Can we just avoid that in general? So anyway,
Yeah.
thank y'all for sincerely.
Appreciate you, big dog. Make
Happy
sure
New
you
Year.
take care of yourself. Happy New Year.
Yes, sir.
Be safe for you, big dog. Be safe, okay? I need you to be
oh
safe.
yeah,
We turn it up tomorrow. I'm a
We
fine
turn it up.
rowdy.
Yeah, we
I'm
turn
a
it up.
fine rowdy.
Hey, yeah, yo, make sure you get in them cameras. Make sure you get in them cameras tomorrow so I can see you out there, big dog.
We're 45-yard line, second level, first row. So and then, by the way, anybody going out will be Silver Lot 13. We'll be at Texas Live back and forth, dropping the DM, swing by, holler at me, pull up, take a swing on me if you want. Wouldn't suggest it. But, if that's the way you feel, I got time. So,
my dog. Hey, appreciate you, big dog. Be safe out there. Have a great time at the game tomorrow. Have a great time. You being there, I feel like we're going to blow them out just because you're there. So good. You're going to be that good juju tomorrow. So I appreciate you. Say what's up to the wifey. Say what's up to the dog. Kiss the dogs. Kiss the wifey. All that good stuff. And be safe out in the streets tomorrow, big dog.
Peace. Happy New Year. Here we go.
Here we go.
Cowboys by 10.
Peace. All right, man. Hey, we love y'all. Like I said, we did an emergency show today just for y'all. We weren't going to do it this week, but I felt like, nah, man, we got to give the people the show. I couldn't go the week without doing the show with Mike because we do great shows. So if you're at the game tomorrow, check Mike out. It's going to be huge. Do the damn thing tomorrow. We need to get that dub. I'm still screaming 45-24. I'm screaming 45-24. I'm going to scream it again, 45-24. That's going to be that type of game tomorrow. Beat them boys up. Let's get that dub. Brandon Arbery, if you kick a field goal, I don't mind if you miss it. Mike said don't miss it in this game tomorrow. I don't care if you do. I just want you to get it out the way so you don't have that added pressure in these playoffs because I don't want you to not miss no field goals the whole regular season. And then when the playoffs come, you miss one. It just always happens like that. So I want to get it out the damn way. So whatever. We're going to beat them Lions tomorrow. I feel it in my bones. We're going to beat them Lions tomorrow. Let's get that dub. We're going to be 11-5 tomorrow. Let's get 12-5 again. 3 straight years, 12-5. I'm cool with that. That's 3 straight double-digit victories. I'm cool with that. So let's do it. Yes, we are, Los. We are doing the best of enemies tomorrow unless there's any hitch. We should definitely be doing the best of enemies tomorrow morning. So check that out tomorrow, 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. EST. Make sure you check the best of enemies because we got a lot to talk about on that. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate the donations. Appreciate everybody was in the crowd. Love y'all for life. I'll be talking to you soon. And today, I usually don't do this. I usually do not do this because whenever we lose a damn game, I do not show love to the Cowboys with this song. But I'm going to do it today because I'm just in the festive mood. And it's going to be, how about them damn Cowboys? We need to get that dub. Jimmy Johnson's in the ring of honor tomorrow. So it's about them Cowboys. So y'all know what it is. I'm out of here. Yo!
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
How about them Cowboys? Click like Cowboys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver blue, you know the name. From the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a bank and snatch it out his fur. Favorite team on the planet Earth. From Monday night to Sunday church. DJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Through thick and thin and good and worse. Them Cowboys, click like Cowboys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like Cowboys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it again. Them Cowboys, click like Cowboys. Make you say Wild Boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel Boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn They did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click clack Pow Boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Cowboys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it again.